The Congo River fleuve Congo, in the past also known as the Zaire River, is a river in Africa and the world's deepest river with measured depths in excess of 220 am. It is the second largest river in the world by volume of water discharged. Additionally, its overall length of 4,700 km makes it the ninth longest river. The Congo gets its name from the ancient Kingdom of Kongo, which inhabited the lands at the mouth of the river. The Democratic Republic of the Congo and the Republic of the Congo, both countries lying along the river's banks, are named after it. Between 1971 and 1997 the government of then-Zaire called it the Zaire River. Basin and course. The Congo's drainage basin covers 4,014,500 square kilometers. The Congo's discharge at its mouth ranges from 23,000 cubic meters per second to 75,000 cubic meters per second, with an average of 41,000 cubic meters per second. The river and its tributaries flow through the Congo Rainforest, the second largest rainforest area in the world, second only to the Amazon rainforest in South America. The river also has the second largest flow in the world, behind the Amazon. The third largest drainage basin of any river, behind the Amazon and Plate rivers. And is one of the deepest rivers in the world, at depths greater than 220 am. Because its drainage basin includes areas both north and south of the equator, its flow is stable, as there is always at least one part of the river experiencing a rainy season. The sources of the Congo are in the highlands and mountains of the East African Rift, as well as Lake Tanganyika and Lake Mweru, which feed the Lualaba River, which then becomes the Congo below Boyoma Falls. The Chamshi River in Zambia is generally taken as the source of the Congo in line with the accepted practice worldwide of using the longest tributary, as with the Nile River. The Congo flows generally northwards from Kisangani just below the Boyoma Falls, then gradually bends southwestwards, passing by Mbandaka, joining with the Ubangi River, and running into the Pool Malibo. Kinshasa and Brazzaville are on opposite sides of the river at the pool, where the river narrows and falls through a number of cataracts and deep canyons, running by Matadi and Boma, and into the sea at the small town of Muanda. The Congo River Basin is one of the distinct physiographic sections of the larger Mid-African province, which in turn is part of the larger African Massive Physiographic Division. Economic importance. Although the Livingston Falls prevent access from the sea, nearly the entire Congo is readily navigable in sections, especially between Kinshasa and Kisangani. Large river steamers worked the river until quite recently. The Congo River still is a lifeline in a land with few roads or railways. Railways now bypass the three major falls, and much of the trade of Central Africa passes along the river, including copper, palm oil, sugar, coffee, and cotton. The river is also potentially valuable for hydroelectric power, and the Inga dams below Pool Malibo are first to exploit the Congo River. Hydroelectric power. The Congo River is the most powerful river in Africa. During the rainy season over 50,000 cubic meters of water per second flow into the Atlantic Ocean. Opportunities for the Congo River and its tributaries to generate hydropower are therefore enormous. Scientists have calculated that the entire Congo Basin accounts for 13% of global hydropower potential. This would provide sufficient power for all of sub-Saharan Africa's electricity needs. Currently there are about 40 hydropower plants in the Congo Basin. The largest is the Inga Falls Dam, about 200 km southwest of Kinshasa. The prestigious Inga project was launched in the early 1970s and at that time the first dam was completed. The plan as originally conceived called for the construction of 5 dams that would have had a total generating capacity of 34,500 megawatts. To date only 2 dams have been built, which are the Inga I and Inga II, with a total of 14 turbines. In February 2005, South Africa's state-owned power company, Eskom, announced a proposal to increase the capacity of the Inga dramatically through improvements and the construction of a new hydroelectric dam. The project would bring the maximum output of the facility to 40 GW, twice that of China's Three Gorges Dam. It is feared that these new hydroelectric dams could lead to the extinction of many of the fish species that are endemic to the river. Natural history. The Congo River formed 1.5-2 million years BP during the Pleistocene. The Congo's formation may have led to the allopatric speciation of the bonobo and the common chimpanzee from their most recent common ancestor. The bonobo is endemic to the humid forests in the region, as are other iconic species like the Allen swamp monkey, dryas monkey, aquatic genet, okapi and Congo peafowl. In terms of aquatic life, the Congo River Basin has a very high species richness, and among the highest known concentrations of endemics. Until now, almost 700 fish species have been recorded from the Congo River Basin, and large sections remain virtually unstudied. Due to this and the great ecological differences between the regions in the basin, it is often divided into multiple ecoregions. Among these ecoregions, the Lower Congo Rapids alone has more than 300 fish species, including approximately 80 endemics, while the southwestern part alone has more than 200 fish species, of which about a quarter are endemic. The dominant fish families are at least in parts of the Rivera are Cyprinidae, Mormoridae, Elestidae, Mochokidae, and Cycladidae. Among the natives in the river is the huge, highly carnivorous giant tigerfish. Two of the more unusual endemic cyclades are the whitish and blind Lamprologus lithops, which is believed to live as deep as 160 meters below the surface, and Heterochromis multidens, which appears to be more closely related to cyclades of the Americas than other Africa cyclid. There are also numerous endemic frogs and snails. Several hydroelectric dams are planned on the river, and these may lead to the extinction of many of the endemics. Several species of turtles, and the slender-snouted, Nile and dwarf crocodile are native to the Congo River Basin. African manatees inhabit the lower parts of the river. Tributaries, literature, 1837, Silence a Fable is a short story by Edgar Allan Poe, written in 1837. Although the first paragraph of this story contains the sentence, "The region of which I speak is a dreary region in Libya, by the borders of the river Zaire," it would not immediately appear to refer to the equatorial African river Zaire, as the river Zaire of the story is described as being in Libya, which is in North Africa. It may be, however, that, given the level of geographical knowledge of Africa at the time of writing, the name Libya is used as a generic name for the African continent. In this case the story may, in fact, be an attempt to describe the river Congo of equatorial Africa. It was adapted into a radio program of the same name. 1878, Henry Morton Stanley documented his journey down the Congo River and through the Dark Continent, first published in 1878. 1902, although not explicitly cited, the Congo River provides the setting for Joseph Conrad's 1902 novel Heart of Darkness. 1914, American poet Vachel Lindsay portrays a dark and savage society around the Congo River in his 1914 poem The Congo, a study of the Negro race. 1921, the Congo is mentioned in Langston Hughes's poem The Negro Speaks of Rivers. 1930, both Congo River and Basin form the setting of Hoyati Twalati, the Soviet science fiction novel by Alexander Belyaev. 1980, the Congo River is featured in a chapter of Michael Crichton's novel Congo, as well as in the 1995 film based on the book. 1995, the Congo River is featured in the action film Congo, by director Frank Marshall, although it is not mentioned by name in the film. The film is based on the 1980 novel of the same name by Michael Crichton. 1996, British author Edmund O'Hanlon has a travelogue published by Penguin Books under the title of Congo Journey. 1998, the river's history is discussed in the 1998 book King Leopold's Ghost. 2006, the river's history is discussed in the book Brazza, A Life for Africa. 2007, the Congo River and the Democratic Republic of Congo are the scenario for the 2007 book Blood River by journalist Tim Butcher, based on his intrepid travels up and down Africa's second longest river. Blood River was an attempt to retrace Henry Morton Stanley's trip down the Congo River, documented in Through the Dark Continent, and was shortlisted for the 2008 British Book Awards. 2010, the Congo River is a central element in the 2010 novel by Mario Vargas Llosa, El Sui Plus or Minus O del Kelter, a fictionalization of episodes in the life of the Irishman Roger Casement. The book is to be published in English in 2012. 2012, Phil Harwood's book Canoeing the Congo and amateur film Mizunga Canoeing the Congo document his 5-month solo journey by Canadian canoe. See also: Hydrology Transport Model, Portage Railway, Congo Basin, Niger River. References. External links: the Royal Geography Society's Hidden Journeys Project, the River Congo Basin, audio slideshow, the River Congo, following in explorer Sir Henry Morton Stanley's footsteps. Tim Butcher recounts his trip through the Congo on the route of 19th-century explorer Sir Henry Morgan Stanley. Bibliography on water resources and international law. Peace Palace Library, map of the Congo River Basin at Water Resources e-Atlas. The Congo Project, American Museum of Natural History, interesting pictures and details to see.